Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. On this episode, we're going to be talking about some holiday and Christmas dangers and toxins for your cats and dogs. So, we're going to start with the common ones, food. Everyone knows that chocolate is seriously dangerous to cats and dogs, and everyone knows that grapes and raisins are also dangerous to cats and dogs. But did you know that raisins are commonly found in fruit cakes, minced pies, and Christmas pudding? So just be aware of that and keep it away from your cats and dogs. And one of the other foods that I commonly see as a problem are macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts contain a compound that actually causes seizures, upset stomach, tremors, and if enough of them are eaten by your dog or cat, can actually cause coma and death. So keep it away from your cats and dogs. Now, the first thing I sort of worry about and what a lot of people don't think about is that, oh, Christmas tree, beautiful Christmas tree that you're getting from outdoors. Now, if you're gonna pull a Clark Griswold and get the biggest tree possible,
there it is. Where do you think you're gonna put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
make sure there's not a squirrel living in it. Make sure you change the water regularly, and don't let your animal drink from that water that's underneath the tree. It contains fertilizers. It can contain certain saps that are dangerous from the pine trees, and it contains bacteria, which at the least will cause diarrhea, and at the most will send your animal over to the emergency hospital during the holidays. Now, whether you have a real tree or a fake tree, watch out for how you decorate it, especially if you have a cat in the household. I commonly see a situation that veterinarians call Tinsel Gut, and it's basically cats that chew on the little strands of tinsel or the big wreaths of tinsel, and it gets caught as a linear foreign body inside the stomach and intestines. It is an emergency surgery case, and unfortunately not one that always comes with a happy ending. So be careful with Christmas trees when you got cats and dogs in the household, and of course, watch out if there's a little squirrel living in there. Those suckers can be nasty. Now, you also have to worry about that warm candle glow. If you guys like the aromatic potpourri candles like I do, recognize that also your pet likes that scent as well. They will burn their nose, they will chew on the wax, which can become obstructive, and unfortunately, sometimes animals knock them over, and it's a serious fire hazard. So please be careful with those warm candle glows. Now, if you have a lovely grandmother like I did that over the years used to give me many, many snow globes, because that one year she got me a snow globe from one of her vacations, and I was very excited and I liked it. Well, now I get snow globes every single year, which is great. But did you know that those snow globes, the water inside them often contain antifreeze? It sort of helps keep it clean and clear, and I don't know, it's kind of funny that it contains antifreeze and the snow inside doesn't melt. But anyways, if you knock over one of those snow globes, you gotta make sure you clean it up really, really well. If you have a cat especially, they're really attracted to the taste of antifreeze. It kind of has this sweet taste to it. And if you just leave your kid or your spouse to clean it up and they just do a quick little wipe with a paper towel and they leave some of that residue, it'll actually get sticky. Your cat will come and even just a few licks from the floor can cause kidney damage and potentially failure depending upon how much they lick up. So, you know, you can feign love for that, yet again, another Christmas snow globe for a gift, but just please be careful, and if it accidentally breaks, clean it up perfectly and really, really quickly. Now, if you're gonna be having a few little drinks during Christmas, you gotta be careful with those cocktails. The sugar inside a lot of those mixed drinks can cause some serious upset stomachs in cats and dogs. But as funny as we think it is for our dog, especially our dog, it seems to happen, to be drinking some of our beer or our spiced mulled wine or our rum-infused eggnog, and they get a little bit tipsy, dogs can't handle the alcohol much like we can. They actually become drunk very, very fast. They'll become wobbly and ataxic. They're not going to be able to drive home, so that's a big problem. And of course, they can actually cause almost like a coma sort of state. So keep them away from the booze, from the rum, from any of the libations, and just give them a treat instead. Now, as far as treats, it's a good segue. You gotta have some house rules for your guests that come over. Everyone wants to give the other person's dog a treat and another treat and a little food from the table. Recognize though that they leave and then the next day your dog or cat gets diarrhea and you gotta clean it up. Or at the worst, they get a condition called pancreatitis that damages the digestive system and will put your animal in the hospital for a few days. So do what I do, is a couple of days before, actually go online, search for a little bit of a pet-friendly holiday homemade treat, and you can do treats with mint, you can do treats with like a gingerbread treat that is both yummy for your pet, safe for your pet, and yummy for the humans as well, and basically have a rule and say no one gets to feed our pet human food or too many dog treats, etc., except for these treats that we made. Look how nice they smell. Make them do a treat, give them a little rub on the belly. Bob's your uncle, you're gonna do great. So give them an opportunity to spoil your pet a safe and healthy way instead of just giving them whatever they want to give them from the table. Now, that also means be careful with leftovers. Leave the leftovers somewhere else. Dogs and cats will break into bags like a kid will break in under the Christmas tree at Christmas morning, all right? They're gonna find the rotten food. They're gonna find the mold on the bread and the cheese, and that will make your animal sick. It actually causes a toxin that can cause some serious liver and digestive problems. So, and then there's bones. If you have turkey or pheasant or anything with bones, especially those poultry bones, they will slice and damage and obstruct the stomach and the intestines. And again, you'll be spending Christmas Eve in the emergency room for your cat or dog. So once you're done with those leftovers, get them in a bag, get them out of the house, make sure that they're sort of an animal-friendly proof container, and get back to having a good time with your family. And then the last but not least sort of situation, Christmas has come and gone, and in about a week you got New Year's Eve. And just remember, all the same rules apply, but also recognize there's gonna be some serious noise during New Year's Eve. You may wanna have your cat or dog, if you're gonna have a big party or your neighbor's having a big party, and in some places of the continent, people are throwing fireworks left, right, and center during New Year's Eve. That noise is really, really disturbing, can cause a lot of emotional damage and sort of mental health issues, anxiety issues. So keep your animals quiet. You might want to put them in a basement. Maybe you'll have some leftover treats from Christmas to keep them happy. And just recognize that they don't like the partying necessarily as much as we do. Just try and keep them quiet and hopefully they'll sleep through it. They'll sleep through it peacefully and safely. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great holiday and Christmas and whatever celebrations you're going to be having this coming winter. Of course, subscribe, tell your friends, email me, make a comment. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Follow me on Instagram. And last but not least, be kind to animals. Thanks.